What's up, my good people? This is your boy Jesse J. Some of another. Listen, I'm coming on here. I'm starting to focus on shorter form content, not necessarily doing hour long, 2 hour long lives. It just accommodates my lifestyle a little bit better, honey, because I can't sit on here talking to y'all all day. I gotta go out there and get that money. Anyways, I've been dying to do this particular topic for a while. Um, I just didn't really have the time to like research like I wanted to, but I've just done that. So make sure that you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. I wanted to talk a little bit on this Bishop Benard Jordan versus several YouTube vloggers, including Larry Reid and others. Um, there's been a lot of talk going on these here YouTube black church sector streets. And it's been a lot of fallacies out there, honey. So I just want to come on here and I want to make a huge disclaimer first before we get started. First of all, I am not a law professional. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a paralegal. I'm not a judge, of course. So my knowledge bank and the things that I say are very limited. I'm just pointing out things, so please don't take this as legal advice at all whatsoever. You should still, if you ever find yourself in the middle of a legal issue, you should always go find your own attorney and always go do your own research and handle things on your own because I don't want to be responsible for your legal issues and things of that nature. I just want to make that huge disclaimer. I'm just a little chubby fat boy from Michigan with AI and a MacBook. Okay, let's be clear. All right, so let's start here. So I came on a few weeks ago when the whole story or the whole legal document came out in regards to Bishop Jordan suing several vloggers and also interested parties in regards to some phone tapping. And when everything first came out, I was just at work. I was real busy that week. So I was at work and I was like, let me go live really quick so I can tell, just talk about this and get my opinion on it. And so, I basically just said, it's good for the vloggers out there who were involved. Some people say, oh, he's going around trying to scare people. I think people need to be scared. Again, let's people, some vloggers out here, they need to be scared into submission because we're tired of the lowbrow content. I've said this over and over again. I am so tired of lowbrow content, of people getting on every day, judging up stories, just so that they can gather their quota for the day. I'm tired of it. I think we're all a little bit tired of the shenanigans that's been going on. Now, if you're anti Christian or you're anti whatever have you, and that's your ammo, and that's the brand that you're building up is the atheist brand or whatever brand, that's fine and dandy. Do you, boo? I can't stop you. But if you are going to be this Sado Christian one day, and then the next day it seems like you're tearing down every black preacher, I don't have too much nice to say about you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not coming on here necessarily vouching for anybody or anything, but let's be clear. Some of y'all do the absolute most with the absolute least. You have no evidence, or the evidence that you have is borderline or actually illegal, I'm sorry, actually borderline illegal, or you're judging up things, you're telling lies, you're defaming people's character, and we're just sick of it. We're sick of it. It's a million things that we can talk about here on social media. I would like to hear more personal experiences from people in regards to religion, in regards to um, political science, in regards to just whatever. I would rather hear a personal opinion on something. I want to hear a little bit more critical thought when it comes down to the topics at hand. So I just wanted to make a little quick point really quick because, so many people are going around um repeating, well, I've never been served. I've never been served. I've never been served. Let's make some things clear here. So let's go to our handy dandy AI really quickly. So I typed into AI, went on Google, and I said, can I sue someone if I just only have their moniker? If I only have this person's nickname that they call themselves online, um, that they're known by publicly, because I think we all have kind of a moniker that we go by here on the YouTube streets. So when I typed it in, let's see here. I want to just zoom this on in real quickly. So it says, yes, you can initiate a lawsuit with only a moniker, a username, or statoism by filing a John Doe lawsuit to identify the defendant through serving papers remains a major challenge. So what does that mean? So that basically just means that you can still be sued without being served. You definitely still can be sued, and I don't know why people keep going around, um, bringing that up over and over again. Oh, nobody found me. Nobody found me. So, going to be some legal hurdles. You see that? Legal hurdles. There's going to be, you have to go through the proper channels of trying to find said person. But when you're looking for a ghost, sometimes you gotta call Ghostbusters. Holla if you hear me. All right. So now that only answers one. Well, that kind of answers just the question in regards to um trying to find the person. So we see that someone asks on Reddit, "Can you sue someone without serving the other party?" So here, a lot of times these are just users who may be um, law professionals, lawyers, paraprofessionals, and things of that nature. Sometimes they're not. Sometimes they're just people that may be well versed in that particular subject. They haven't taken the proper testing. Now let's see here. So it says, can you go to court and get a default judgment without actually serving the other party? No, but you can not. But if you cannot locate someone, you may be able to serve them by publication. So this is something that I've never heard of, suing someone by publication. So with that being said, let's go. All right. So just a brief overview, really quickly here. Serving by publication, since this is something that I've never heard of, really. Serving by publication used to take place when you couldn't find someone. Um, you couldn't find their legal address, you couldn't find their full name, whatever have you, or they were like a legal entity, but it was hard to track down. Um, you used to be able to just post that you're serving someone in the newspaper or by publication. So you would just take out a newspaper ad. Again, never heard of this. You would just take out a newspaper ad and you would, again, you would just serve them technically. And sometimes that would lead to a default judgment. So let's go back over here to the article. So in the state of New Jersey, actually, in the state of New Jersey, they actually have gotten rid of the um, serving by publication. They've gotten rid of it by pushing towards online platforms as of March 1st, 2026. So actually that was what, last week, or yeah, that was last week. So I just want to read off here really quickly. New Jersey's public notice requirements will change on March 1st, 2026, shifting many publication requirements away from print newspapers and towards online publication platforms. For private parties such as businesses, individuals, and non governmental entities, the law changes only the medium of publication. Substantial. Substantive, I can't talk today. Public notice obligations under the governing statute including timing and service requirements, remain unchanged and in full force and effect. Public entities such as municipal bodies, land use boards, state agencies will generally satisfy legal notice obligations by posting notices on their official websites, subject to new posting, hyperlink, and archiving requirements. The new law does not eliminate public notice obligations or relax substantive. I can't talk today, Lord. Notice requirements imposed by existing statutes or court rules. Instead, it is procedural in nature and primarily addresses the method by which legal notices must be published. Importantly, the statute expressly provides that it does not alter which party is responsible for publishing a particular legal notice. That responsibility continues to be governed by the underlying statute imposing the notice obligation. So in this case, it would be Bishop Jordan. Now, the reason why, again, I came on here today to talk about this particular topic is because I want to reiterate that a lot of these vloggers, I've said this before, I'll say it over and over again. A lot of these vloggers in this church sector space, they have this bad habit of thinking that they're the smartest person in the room, that they know everything, that they have a that they have a degree in everything ism. They know it all, honey. Everything ism. They're a lawyer, they're a doctor, they're a nurse, they're a teacher, a preacher, whoever. You know, they know business, they know finance, they know your mama, they know your daddy. And so you have to keep this in mind. I just don't want people when certain things happen during this case. I don't want people to be taken by surprise. And I also don't want people to start coming on here because I know it's a lot of newer or younger, less experienced vloggers that are coming into this space. I don't want y'all to start saying stuff in regards to either party, really. But I don't want y'all to be John Doe number 9, number 15, number 16. I don't want y'all to be that. Yeah, it's just hush. Hush your mouth. Don't say nothing. Because I feel like some vloggers out there, they know that they're in deep doo doo. They know that they can get in trouble by this because you can still get a default judgment. It just takes a couple more hurdles to get through. They know this, so they have the rest of the internet or the rest of their atmosphere or whatnot or stratosphere, whatever you want to call it. They have the rest of their environment gas them up and they just keep repeating things that sound like legal doctrine, but it really is not. It doesn't have any substance behind it. It just sounds like good street legalism, but they're really not even on point at all. So, I just want to make sure that if you watch these people, you take what they say with a grain of salt because a lot of them may end up have default judgments against them. So just just be quiet. I wouldn't even comment when they start talking about that and they start saying, "Oh, I've never been served. I've never been served. They ain't served me. They ain't even sued me. That's a fake lawsuit and all of this and that." When they say that, don't even comment. You do not want to be in a number. You do not want to be in the army of the Lord when that happens. I don't care who did what happened. Woo woo. We got possible wiretapping going on. You do not want to be caught up in that case at all. Don't make no videos on it. Okay? You sit over there in the corner and be quiet like me because it's going to get real around here. And so what's going to end up happening is they're probably just going to be able to, I think what's going to happen if they don't get like actually served and everything goes through as normal. This is in a best case scenario for Bishop Jordan. I think what's going to happen is they can just go after people's AdSense checks, after their accounts, whatever have you. They'll be able to find it, honey. You might be able to get away with so much, but after a while, they can just go to Google and be like, "Hey, this person right here," just like at your job, if you owe something, you owe rent a cent or something from back in the day, they can come find you. Dip and dodge, whatever you want to do. They gonna find you if they want you. If they really want you and they really have the resources, they will come find you and they will come get the means of so you can hide, but not for long. So I don't know why people keep going around here saying nobody ever served me. If I guess the psychology behind it is if I keep saying it so much, I start believing it, and then other people start believing it. I think that's the psychology about what's going on. But again, to the consumer base, to consumers out there, to people that's, everyday people like me and um, you don't want to be caught up in this stuff at all because no one's going to help you with your legal bills. No one. So stay safe, stay vigilant, and mind your own business. And at the end of the day, the gag is we the people kind of don't care. That's the gag. Y'all thought y'all ate that, but you didn't eat it. You're hungry. There's no EBT for this. So, you know, hush. In the future, y'all hush. Because if people want to get you, they'll get you. All right. So, listen, I'm just briefly, really quickly here. I want to make sure that you hit the like, share, and subscribe button. If this is your first time over here at the Jesse Show, hit me up on Instagram. Hit me up on Instagram at Little Jessie, LILJESSYE. All of my information is right there at the bottom left. Um, and then also, listen, I know I said I'm a newer vlogger, so I actually only have like 70 videos up. So that's crazy. And I'm already monetized. So, obviously somebody likes it out there. But I have been noticing that my viewership has started to decline. So, what I'm asking of you all is if you have something that you really would like for me to talk about, it can, okay, if you have something that you would really like for me to talk about, send it to my email address. That's JESSYEINC@gmail.com. Or you can also hit me up at my Instagram again if you have anything you would just like to pass along. Can't guarantee that I'll talk about it, but I just want to start getting more information from just the viewers about what they would like for me to talk about. Now, I also want to make a point before we get out of here. I know I said last year, I'm like, I ain't talking about black churches, but I'm not talking about the black church sector. I'm not talking about the black church sector. Okay. Just like now, I find myself coming right back to it. So, okay, that was a mess up. What I've kind of thought about, I was like, well, why can't I bridge together the things of the things? So, my channel, we're going to be focused on politics, We're going to be focused on culture, and we're also going to be focused on religion. Well, a little bit of mess, a little bit of gain, a little bit of knowledge, whatever have you. So make sure that you hit this subscribe button so you can see what's coming next. I'm going to be doing more short form content. I do not like doing lives. Let's be clear. I do not like sitting here for an hour. I would rather come in, do a 20-minute video, get my points out, edit it, and then we're done. I don't want to sit on live all day. That's just not, I don't mind coming on maybe once a week or so, but I'm not going to set up my whole channel to be live heavy. I just don't think it's worth it. And that's when things start to get real messy, is when you come on live too much. So I want to be a little less focused on the live and actually talk about things that actually matter. And I feel like a lot of us in the society, like, lives used to work, like, during the pandemic, 3, 4, 5 years ago. But now we've shifted timelines and we're a lot busier now. So I don't have an hour and a half. My attention span is going down a lot. So I don't have an hour and a half to give anyone unless I really like you. Um, yeah, unless I really, really like your content, or I just, feel connected to you. But otherwise, I rarely do that. So I don't want to focus too much on the lives. I want to just do shorter content, so people can get to know me a little bit better. If you get what I'm saying, if I want people to be able to get the gist of my brand and my life a little bit better. And I feel like a live kind of reduces that. We'll talk a little bit more about that. But again, make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe. I'm out, y'all.